Why, hello everybody. It's day 2 of my new show, Adamcast IRL, and today we're going to be talking about, yet again, the DNC, the cringe fest we all love to make fun of, and the infomercial anti-Trump rally the Democrats are touting as their convention for themselves. Doesn't really make much sense to me, but thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate it all, and yeah, I'm really excited. We're also going to get into the Goodyear debacle. I don't know if you know much about what's going on with the Goodyear tires thing that's happening. We'll get into that. We're going to talk about Bill Clinton talking at the DNC, AOC talking what she was talking about, and the cancel culture coming for her. It's pretty hilarious, actually, that story. I'm also going to talk about a couple interesting news blips that have happened over the past week that I have some updates on, and also some space stuff, because, I mean, I love space stuff, so let's get to it. I just want to let you know, thank you for becoming members. I see a lot of people became members recently, and you can click join and support me on my new channel. I really appreciate it. Also, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and it'll let you know when I go live, which is going to be 6:30 Monday through Friday. I'm going to be doing a daily recap on stuff that's gone on for the past day. And then on Saturdays, I'm going to be doing a deep dive and or having a guest on the show. This Saturday, I actually have a special surprise. I'm going to have Karlin Borodsenko, and she's going to be joining me, and we're going to talk about stuff, talk about the walkaway movement. Actually, this Saturday, I'm going to be joining them. Here, I got a picture of it. This is the Walkaway Rescue America rally. Now, I don't know if you can see... That's my face. That's right. I am going to be going and speaking at the Walkaway rally this Saturday in Philadelphia. So if you're in the area, you can come by and hear me speak. I'm going to be talking about my Walkaway, which is essentially the Timcast IRL show. You know, I was bombarded with politics. I didn't really want it. When I started the show with Tim, it was no politics. That was the deal. We weren't doing politics at all, and I kind of had no choice in the matter because he's a political man, and I just kind of got pulled in. So I'm going to be talking about it, and you can see Karlin's actually here too. Brandon Straka is going to be hosting it. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to meet a couple of these other people that I haven't met yet, so it's going to be really exciting. I'm really excited about that, so I really appreciate that. If you guys could show up on Saturday and watch our my conversation with Karlin. It's going to be really interesting. So let's get to it. I'm going to talk about the DNC last night. I don't know how many of you saw this. Oh my gosh. Oh, the DNC. This place. All right, so here we go again with the DNC National Convention. I see they're really pushing this guy. I just don't get it. So first and foremost, let's talk about Bill Clinton. So I got this article here from Town Hall. It says Bill leaves the economic facts behind in a stunningly dishonest speech. So before I even read that, I just want to talk about it, because all he did was just ream President Trump out for all sorts of different things, talking about how, here it actually says it right here, at a time like this, the Oval Office should be a command center. He said without irony. Yeah, well, exactly. I don't think Bill Clinton should be the type to be speaking of how the president should hold himself in the Oval Office, Mr. Ex-President. Yeah, a little embarrassing. He was trying to call President Trump out for being not so cool, but it's like, come on, man. You of all people, especially with all the allegations that are hanging over his head right now with the Epstein stuff. So I don't know. It's pretty messed up to listen to that. It was pretty cringy. So I just want to read this, because this article really goes through and explains the inaccuracies of the economic stuff that he was talking about. How and essentially what was happening is he was just saying, that Trump built this amazing economy, but it wasn't Trump, it was Obama and Biden. And then this actually goes in to explain how the economy that Obama and Biden were known for is actually George Bush. So, let me just read it. We'll just go through it together. It says, former President Bill Clinton spoke via pre-recorded message at the virtual Democratic National Convention on Tuesday night, and unsurprisingly, strayed from reality on more than one occasion. Clinton also appeared to have recorded his appearance in an alternate universe, a reality in which he was not widely condemned as a sexual predator who abused his power and received sexual favors in the White House. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. See? Come on, Bill. What are you talking about? At a time like this, the Oval Office should be a command center, Clinton said, without irony. You can hardly blame him for his blatant glossing over his own Oval Office malfeasance. After all, Slick Willie has gotten away with everything so far. Even after the Me Too era, he is still seen as an important symbol of the Democratic success that he was invited to speak at the DNC. Sorry, Monica. Oh my goodness, this writer is a little brutal. I gotta say but I don't know. I mean, this is how I felt. I was just sitting here cringing, listening to Bill speak. Like, how can you say these things when all the stuff that has come out to light that's been proven that you did while you were in office, let alone all the stuff that's now coming out to light that just puts him on blast. So it's pretty bad. So let's keep reading. It says, but beyond this egregious, hypocritical attempt at castigating Trump for his behavior in the Oval Office, Clinton used his time on Tuesday night to hoist Biden as the solution to economic growth after the pandemic. He cited the bounce back in the American economy following the 2008 recession and said that under Obama, the country saw new jobs for 6 consecutive years. In 2009, quote, in 2009, Barack Obama and Joe Biden started with the worst economy since the Great Depression, and when they were done, they had delivered more than 6 straight years of job growth, end quote, Clinton said. Considering that Obama administration came into power at the end of the economic fallout in 2008, the yearly growth was on pace for restoring many of the lost jobs during the recession. One great booster to economic gains during the Obama era was the recovery of the Michigan auto industry, something Obama and Biden and other surrogates love to give them credit for. This point has been brought up several times already in the convention as evidence of Obama's and therefore Biden's unprecedented success in economic policy. But as I pointed out on Tuesday, the bailout money sent to Michigan auto factories was actually set aside by George W. Bush administration. $17.6 billion was earmarked in December of 2008 as part of the Troubled Asset Relief Program, an effort meant to save General Motors and Chrysler. All Obama had to do was sign on their recovery plan when he took office. In fact, Obama rejected those companies' viability plans in 2009. Instead, he structured a bankruptcy plan for both and shoveled out even more federal aid. All in all, as the TARP program was a sequence of enormous bailouts that saved many businesses, cost the taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars, and now widely condemned by the very people who claim Obama was a champion of job recovery. The further funding of the automotive industry in Michigan, structured by Obama, is estimated to have cost the American taxpayer billions in unrecoverable funds. But even if one were simply compare job gain year over year between Obama and Trump, Trump still comes out on top. As the employment recovery was doomed, as the employment recovery was deemed mostly complete by 2017, President Trump continued to add jobs by supporting energy and manufacturing labor. No matter how a left-wing analyst chooses to compare statistics between their beloved Obama and Trump, no one can boast the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years and the lowest ever unemployment rate for African Americans other than Trump. Clinton's portrayal of economic success under Obama could have been seen as dishonesty by omission. But his version of what happened in the U.S. because of the Wuhan coronavirus pandemic was nothing but lies. Yes, it goes on and on about, I guess it's almost done, but that's what really annoys me about all these Democrats. I can't stand this whole, it's Trump's fault, the coronavirus is Trump's fault. I'm so sick of it, and it frustrates me because he seriously mandated all these things, and all the states gave him the big finger, like, how dare you try to, mandate what we do as states. It's our lives, it's our states, we are in control, we're the United States, not the authoritarian president controls us all. And I saw that, and we talked about it a lot on Timcast IRL, and it's super frustrating to deal with that. It's like, come on. Like, he tried. He sent the naval vessel to New York, they didn't even use it. They sent sick people into nursing homes instead of using the hospitals that they even set up, not even the naval ship. So they didn't set up the hospitals that they had there. They didn't use them. So that's super frustrating to see how he did try to help. He did try to tell them how to, deal with the coronavirus. And they were like, nah, F off. We're going to do this as whatever we want to do. And the Democrats made it significantly clear, don't mess with us. Don't tell us what to do. And now they're trying to say it's totally his fault. He should have been, a president. How dare he not, be more presidential and help us through this. All of these deaths are on his fault. Pelosi's calling it the Trump virus now, which is just obnoxious. So I don't know. I can't stand it. It was such a hard speech to listen to, this Bill Clinton speech, So that was cringy. And then along comes AOC. So she gets ripped apart. So she's talking for only 90 seconds. She only had 90 seconds to speak. And she has, she's a good speech writer, so she had this nice thing prepared. It was articulate, to the point. You can't deny what AOC wants and what she's thinking. But she threw everybody for a tailspin. At the end of her speech, she goes, let me see if I could find exactly where it says. So here she goes at the end of her speech, she goes, I hereby second the nomination of Senator Bernard Sanders of Vermont for President of the United States of America. And I stopped and I was like, wait, what did she get that wrong? Did she not? Is she like me, thinking that they're not going to nominate Joe Biden? Was it a mistake? And of course, the news media taking things out of context and going, well, she must have made a mistake, and she flipped out on it. I mean, look, here we got NBC News. They put out, in the shortest speeches of the DNC, Representative Ocasio-Cortez did not endorse Joe Biden. Quote, I hereby second the nomination of Senator Bernard Sanders of Vermont, for the President of the United States of America. And she got so angry. So, of course, she freaks out. I'm not sure which one's first. Let's see. This is 9:51 a.m. So this one, this is talking to someone else. So she's flipping out on him. She goes, you waited several hours to correct your obvious and blatantly misleading tweet. It sparked an enormous amount of hatred and vitriol. And now the misinfo you created is circulating on other networks, all to generate hate clicks from a pre-recorded routine procedural motion. Where does that sound? How does that sound familiar? What is that? Oh, yeah. It's cancel culture. It's what you guys have been doing for forever. Come on. Really? You're going to get all upset because the news took something out of context and blasted it out and made it seem like you were an idiot and that you weren't saying what you were saying? So it turns out this is actually something they do every time. Anyone who makes enough votes or whatever to get on the ticket, somebody nominates them as just a matter of respect, I guess. It's tradition in the DNC for somebody to go, you know what, I'll nominate the guy that didn't make it but almost made it. So it's almost like a smack to Bernie Sanders, honestly. But you got to ask, like, why would they have asked AOC to do this? Because, I mean, really, she doesn't like Joe Biden. She was definitely, a Bernie bro and wanted, most of his policies. That's kind of what she runs on. So for her to do it, it really did kind of feel like, I don't know, it was silly for her to be the one that they chose to do that. Almost like they wanted this, some controversy of some sort. And I don't know, I thought it was hilarious when I heard it. I was like, man, I can't believe it. But to see the media spinning her own thing and having her get angry about it, I mean, you gotta admit that's pretty good. That's pretty fancy. So I mean, and honestly, I'll say it. I couldn't watch any more of this. I couldn't do it. I don't know how many people were out there watching this, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch anymore. I should probably go watch Joe Biden's speech, but when they officially nominated Joe Biden and he had a 12-second thank you speech. It included 5 thank yous. I think he was like, "Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. My family's really excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you." And that was it. That was it. That I think that's all he got, So I don't know. I can't believe that that's what they're planning on running as president. I honestly thought that he wasn't going to be nominated, but they nominated him last night. I guess congratulations, Mr. Biden, or Vice President Biden. I guess you're vice president for life once you become vice president. So, well, I guess we got to give it up to him. So congratulations, Vice President Joe Biden. You actually made it to being nominated. I didn't think you will, but congrats. All right. Yeah. So speaking of cancel culture, this is hilarious. Trump cancels Goodyear tires as he campaigns against cancel culture. And of course, they actually changed, they updated this website from earlier because they had a big picture of Trump's face. Of course, they had to get a picture of the Beast, which is the name of the limo that Trump rides around in. And you can see here, you can't see the good, but it says, Goodyear. So Goodyear has made their own tire. There's only one tire in this line. It's like the presidential tire. It's probably like bulletproof, explosive proof. I don't know. I know the Beast is a serious vehicle, but the Goodyear, they make all of the Secret Service's tires. They make the Beast tires. So that's for the president to basically call them out. I mean, well, I'm gonna explain it all. So it started with this. This is a leak from an employee inside Goodyear. Now, Goodyear seems to be denying that it's from their corporate, headquarters or whatever. But look at what it says. It says they have a 0 tolerance from the one Goodyear team, and says this is what's acceptable: Black Lives Matter and LGBT pride stuff. So I'm assuming they're talking about clothes, because on the other side, what's unacceptable: Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, MAGA attire, political affiliated slogans or material. So just that it says MAGA attire. So you can, they're basically saying what you could wear. I don't understand how Blue Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter, I mean, they're both ideologies that people believe in. So they're basically saying to their employees, like, you have to believe what we believe or you're going to get canceled. Well, guess what, Goodyear? Guess what happened? The president slammed you guys. So this happened this morning. The president, Donald J. Trump, came out and says, don't buy Goodyear tires. They announced a ban on MAGA hats. Well, it was a tire. I guess they just kind of attached it to hats, but it says, get better tires for far less. Kind of sounds like a little commercial. And then in parentheses, he goes, this is what the radical left Democrats do. Two can play at the same game, and we have to start playing it now. I gotta say, I kind of agree with him. I mean, they think they can cancel anyone that doesn't fall into their ideologies. Well, I mean, sure, we saw it with Goya when everyone was trying to boycott Goya, and then they had a bunch of people. I mean, they were selling out. I went to the store a couple days later. There was no Goya. Like, everything was sold out. It was crazy. So here's a message from Goodyear. Now, they say, I'll just read it for you guys. This is the day after. They say, a message from Goodyear to our customers, partners, and associates. Yesterday, Goodyear became a focus of conversation that created some misconceptions about our policies and our company. For those not aware, a widely circulated image sparked a strong reaction, and we wanted to take the opportunity to provide some important context to the visual and our policies. First, the visual in question was not created or distributed by Goodyear Corporate, nor was it part of a diversity training class. To be clear, on our long-standing corporate policy, Goodyear has 0 tolerance for any forms of harassment or discrimination. To enable a work environment free of those, we ask that associates refrain from workplace expressions in support of political campaigning for any candidate or political party, as well as similar forms of advocacy that fall outside the scope of racial justice and equality issues. Second, we appreciate the diverse viewpoints of all of our more than 60,000 associates, which are at the heart of many of the policies we establish. Fostering an inclusive, respectful workplace is important to establish work team and build culture, which is another reason why we ask associates not to engage in political campaigning of any kind in the workplace for any candidate, party, or political association. Third and finally, Goodyear has always wholeheartedly supported both equality and law enforcement and will continue to do so. These are not mutually exclusive. We have heard from some of you that believe Goodyear is anti-police after reacting to the visual. Nothing could be further from the truth, and we have the utmost appreciation for the vital work police do on behalf of our shared communities. This can't be said strongly enough. Well, it feels a little too late. They're trying to claim that it wasn't created or distributed by corporate and that it wasn't part of the diversity training class. So that's not saying it wasn't them, that they had nothing to do with it. That seems like a roundabout way of saying it wasn't corporate. It wasn't the training classes, the diversity training class that we put forward. It might have just been the regular training class that everyone has to go through. It could have just been, somebody within their company doing it. I don't know. It seems a little shady. Check this out. This is their stock. And do you know what happened right here at 1033? Why it dropped so much? I don't know if you caught this earlier. I'll go back. Check this out. 1033. Don't buy Goodyear tires. Boom. My goodness. That is brutal. So the president basically just said, goodbye, bye-bye, bye-bye, Goodyear. I went and slashed my Goodyear tires. Actually, I thought I had Goodyear tires. I don't, so that was actually a joke I made on Twitter. Everyone was like, proof. Yeah, it was a joke. I didn't actually slash my own tires. Come on, guys. Come on, it was a joke. No? Isn't that funny? No? Smash the like button. Slash the Goodyear tires. Don't slash tires. That's not a good thing. And if it was the Beast, you probably can't. Because those things are beasts. But check this out. So they asked Kayleigh McKennedy today. Let's see, where are they talking about Kayleigh? So yeah, here we go. So when she claimed later on today, earlier on in a press briefing that she had, they failed to clarify their policy. They really didn't. They didn't clarify it at all. All they said was, we're just trying to backpedal. We're trying to backpedal. Please don't stop buying Goodyear tires. Hey, so please continue to do it. Here she goes. What happened is there was an image that was put out that showed a certain speech was acceptable. Black Lives Matter insignia, for instance, but what was not allowed was Blue Lives Matter, she said. What was not allowed was MAGA hats, MAGA attire. What was clearly targeted was a certain ideology. Yep, exactly. They have not denied that the image was presented at one of their facilities. See, there it is. They didn't deny that it wasn't in their facility. They just said it wasn't part of corporate and it wasn't part of their diversity training, which doesn't, it doesn't absolve them of their sin of basically saying it's our way or the highway. So come on, Goodyear, you get what you deserve. This is something that you did to yourself, by putting. This is a whistleblower, and this is from Cernovich. I mean, I trust him. He basically he's in on the ground. He's got his ear to the ground of as far as like what's really going on. So you can see my tweet here that I slashed my own tires. So that's basically kind of ridiculous what happened with this whole Goodyear thing. Like, it seems to have totally got blown out of proportion. It seems a little ridiculous, but I don't know. What are you going to do? I mean, it's not like people can afford to just go buy new tires, but I definitely think that people are waking up to this kind of stuff. And, when they see stuff like this and they're like, what, I can't even believe what I want to believe. I can't wear a shirt that just says, Trump 2020 to work, even if it's like maybe under like a button down shirt. I don't know. I'm not in an environment luckily that I have to deal with that kind of stuff. So, well, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, So I'm gonna talk about some other stuff. This is from, I don't know how many people have heard about the Patterson voter fraud stuff. This stuff I've been paying attention to it because, I mean, voter fraud. Everyone's talking about voter fraud. Everyone's talking about this issue of the post office, and it's Trump's fault. It's Obama's fault. It goes all the way back to wherever, and they don't have enough money. Pelosi's like, let's get them more money, but then actually they have enough money to at least go till 2021 sometime. And I'm not going to get completely into the post office side of things. I just want to talk about this. It's a mess. The Patterson voter fraud is just a taste of mail-in ballot issues plaguing New Jersey. So this is an issue. Okay, this is an issue here, and this is a mess. I'm just going to read about it because this is a perfect example of what could happen if we just do mail-in ballots on everything. The troubles plaguing New Jersey's suddenly all-mail elections, including an alleged voter fraud scheme in Patterson that led to 4 arrests Thursday. And this is from June 30th, so it is a month old. But I wanted to read this before the next article that I'm going to bring that has come to light in the past day. So this was over a month ago that this happened. So New Jersey has yet to get its second of 3 rounds of 2020 elections, and so far we've seen misdelivered ballots dropped in piles of apartment lobbies, and ballots burned in a mail truck fire. Meanwhile, the clerk's offices are inundated with the flood of mail-in ballots, plus thousands more applications for ballots, many from unaffiliated voters who clerks say don't intend to vote in the July 7th primary. It's a mess, said the state senator Declan O'Scanlan, our Monmouth. Governor Phil Murphy ordered May's local election and July's primaries to be conducted almost entirely by mail as part of the state's effort to curb the spread of coronavirus. Since then, the missteps have included Republican voters in Somerset County receiving ballots meant for Democratic voters. Morris Township ballots were destroyed when a mail truck caught on fire June 20th. Possible computer glitches in New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission assigned the wrong party resignation to some voters and sent 2 ballots to voters who have legally changed their names, according to New Jersey Globe. 1 of 10 ballots in May's local elections were not counted, according to New Jersey Spotlight. There was also new statewide voter registration software that has been glitchy, slowing the process further, clerks told NorthJersey.com. It's unfortunate and unfair that these elections are going to have an asterisk next to them, Senate President Stephen Sweeney said on Monday. These allegations of Patterson may be the most troubling. Senator Attorney General Gerber Gruel alleges that Councilman Michael Jackson and Councilman-elect Alex Mendez handled mail-in ballots improperly. Jackson possessed too many mail-in ballots that were not his own, and Mendez submitted voter registration applications he knew were false, Gruel claims. 2 workers for a third campaign were also charged with election fraud. So this goes on to talk about a lot of different, more details about it. But that's what I really wanted to get to right now, because in this next article I have, this is from today, from this morning. Amid voter fraud allegations, judge orders new election in Patterson. So they're going to have a new election. That's right. They're redoing the election because they couldn't use it because of mail-in voting. And let's read about it. Judge Ernest Copacella today ordered a new election in Patterson City Council election that led to criminal charges against the winners and others. Both candidates, challenger Alex Mendez, who finished the May 12th election 240 votes ahead, was charged a few weeks later. A longtime incumbent, William McCoy, have agreed to a special election rather than a protracted protracted legal fight, their attorney said in court hearing this morning. Mendez is accused of fraud in casting mail-in votes, unauthorized possession of ballots, tampering with public records, and falsifying or tampering with records. He was also charged with election fraud and false registration. Coppola made it clear that this ruling should not be interpreted by his view of the allegations against Mendez. That would probably affect his criminal case one way or the other, Coppola says. Ballot fraud in Patterson recent election is cited in lawsuit filed by Donald Trump's re-election campaign to overturn Governor Phil Murphy's executive order for an almost all vote-by-mail election. The new third-wave election will be held November 3rd and will be restricted to just the candidates who ran in the May contest, Coppola says. McCoy's attorney, Scott Salmon, asked Coppola to appoint election monitors to ballots in what is, at least for now, a general election conducted almost entirely through vote-by-mail ballots. This is the cost of democracy, Salmon says. That was opposed by Greg Pastor, Mendez's attorney, by Deputy State Attorney General George Cohen. Coppola declined to order monitors, citing $150,000 cost to the Passaic County when it hired Walter Timpun, now State Senate Court Justice, as a court-appointed monitor in Passaic County in 2000. Cohen said that the campaigns should pay for court-imposed monitors to observe from inside each campaign headquarters and follow the candidates along. So they're basically hammering it down. They're bringing it in, and the judge is saying, we got to redo this. Clearly they've got some shady stuff going on. We've got, Mendez has allegations against him, meddling with the election. They're redoing the election. Now they won't know until, who knows how long after November 3rd, especially if we have all these things going into the election that is sketchy, because clearly this stuff about voting fraud is very prevalent, and we've got issues with it. So I want to vote in person. I'm going to vote in person. I'm not going to mail anything in. I want to go in. I want to vote. I'm going to vote, and that's it. Period. They're out marching right now, or the other day, I don't have a picture of it, but they're saying we need to vote by mail because voting in person is, dangerous to us, as they're marching together down the street. And what's the difference? You go vote and you have to go out into public. Why? Why are we changing what has been the way? And we have all of these. This is just what's happening right now with voter fraud. There's been voter fraud for a long time with mail-in elections or mail-in ballots. Clearly there's an issue with it. We have to be able to know that our election, is secure. I want to know the election's secure. Don't you? I mean, why would we risk, basing it on a failing business, the USPS, which has been failing for many years? It's not just happening now. It's been dwindling. I mean, we got the internet. Everyone's, FedEx and UPS has taken over as far as shipping goes. Like and Amazon has its own shipping now, don't they? I mean, who uses the USPS anymore? I mean, I'm not saying that they're not a good company to have, but my goodness, to rely on them to get our mail across when they're themselves saying, look, if you guys do vote by mail, there's going to be issues. They said this. And then, of course, the USPS union comes out and going, well, I don't know if that's true. We should do it. And it's like, okay, how much did the left pay you to say that? So I don't know. I'm going to vote in person. I can't wait to slam that Trump 2020 button. I'm definitely going to do it. I'm excited about it. So now I want to talk about this little story. It's kind of sad, but it's got a good turnaround. This is a story about two 13-year-old boys running a lemonade stand in Illinois. They were robbed at gunpoint by two older teenagers who steal their $30 profits. $30. at gunpoint. It's ridiculous. For $30. Let's read about it. I don't know if you guys heard about this. This happened last week. 5 days ago, 14th of August. Two 13-year-old boys running a lemonade stand in suburban Illinois have been robbed at gunpoint by two other teenagers who made off with $30. Surveillance video captured the moment Jude Peterson and his friend were robbed outside his home in Peoria, southwest Chicago, last Friday afternoon. The footage, which was captured from a neighbor's home, showed the older boys wearing hooded sweatshirts as they approached from across the street. So you could see it. They came and these are the two boys that were. He's wearing a Dunder Mifflin shirt. Love that. What classiness right there. I'm a big Office fan. So they fled the scene. These guys, and you know what? This is not the side of the story that I'm talking about. I mean, this is ridiculous. That they've had to deal with this in Peoria. I mean, it's a suburb of Chicago. I grew up in Chicago. I don't know if you knew this. I was in the burbs of Chicago. I wasn't from the South Side like some people we know, but. I mean, it is a shame, but this is the feel-good turnaround. Ready? Illinois teens robbed at gunpoint at lemonade stand. Local police help replenish the lost funds. Now that just makes me feel good. Check this out. They're all coming, just rolling through, and this is awesome. I'm gonna just read through this because this is a good feel-good story here. Two Illinois teenagers who were running a lemonade stand were robbed at gunpoint. And then the local police stepped in and replenished the stolen funds. So it goes on saying what happened to them. And here, wow, check this out. So we got a police patrol coming in. I love this. They got the SWAT van coming in too. Oh no, it looks just like an armored truck. But let's see. Let's get to the good stuff right here. Peterson's father, Nathan, told the news outlet that Peoria police officers who showed up to the scene were buying lemonades for $20. $20 lemonades. They better be good lemonades, which was really kind of them. They were super gentle with the kids and really seemed to care. You know what? That's because police officers do care. They do care. When people in the neighborhood learned of what happened, they reportedly stopped by the lemonade stand to donate money, items, including candy and potato chips to sell. Chief Loren Marion of the Peoria Police Department told Fox and Friends Weekend on Sunday that the community policing sergeant with his department came up with the idea after the incident happened to do a fundraiser for the kids. Look at these two smiling guys. What awesome police officers they are. Marion said that he sent out an email to the department and said, "Hey, we would like to try to replace the money that these kids and with these kids and encourage them." And it just took off from there. There were so many people helping us out, Carbonell said on Sunday. Marion said on Sunday that detectives assigned to the case are making progress, and he believes they will make an arrest. I love this picture. Look at these guys. They clearly care about their community. It's these kind of cops that really we need to talk about more. They're out helping their community. Like, obviously this is really sad for the two 13-year-old kids. Well, I don't know if they were both 13, but one of them is, and it's just, we got to talk about that because, everyone, this whole, defund the police movement is ridiculous because they're there for a reason. The cops help us maintain, authority with the law. And if you're a law-abiding citizen, you got nothing to worry about. That's simply put right there, we got you see the comparison of defunding the police and the spike of crime that's happening all across the nation right now. Well, excuse me, maybe not all across, but in significantly blue cities where they have defunded the police and homicide is spiking. I'm talking about New York, Chicago, Minneapolis, Portland. Now it's becoming a hotbed for crime. I mean, it's crazy. They nearly killed somebody the other day, and it's a shame what's going on, the violence that's across this nation. So, I want to talk about that for a little bit. Everyone likes to say, oh, well, all cops have this authority thing. And it's like, that's ridiculous because cops are humans. Anyone could have a bad day. Anyone could be in a mood. There's a lot of people that have, anger issues, and cops are humans. No one is outside of that exception, including myself. Like I've had been known to be angry sometimes. I'm sure everyone here has an anger moments. So you got to just understand that everybody. It's like take high school, right? I don't know if everyone has gone to high school. I remember high school. Check this out. You think about the type of people in high school, right? There was the jocks, you had the goths, you had the nerds, you had whatever type of person. It's a hodgepodge of humans, really. If you think about it, you kind of get a gist of, how different everyone is, And that's kind of when you grow up and go into, say, a police department, there's going to be probably the jock police officer. I don't know if there's goth police officer. I believe it, actually. You know what? I definitely believe it because there's got to be goth police officers. If so, let me know, because that's kind of hilarious to think about a goth police officer. But I've seen skateboarding police officers, and I've had great run-ins with police officers, and I think we got to give them credit for what they're doing. I mean, they have dangerous jobs because even in high school, there was those bullies, the people that just want to watch the world burn. And I'm not saying that there isn't police officers that aren't bad, because there are, but for each of those kind of people, they aren't police officers. They don't have to adhere to a certain sort of excellence that cops are held to. They are outside of that, and they can just be bullies to anyone. And that's what these guys that held these 13-year-olds at gunpoint, good example of what a bully is. They just bullied these guys. Give me your money at gunpoint. It's ridiculous. Those people are always going to exist. Crime will exist. The people are going to be upset. People are going to be angry and have their days. And when you have a crazy person that wants to harm you, who are you going to call? The police. At least that's who I'm going to call, because I've always had, a good run-in with the police. Anytime I've had a bad run-in, I could link it back to one snarky comment I said or something I did. There are a few times in New York City, a cop actually gave me a ticket for... Actually, I've gotten 3 tickets in New York for skateboarding. One was I fell off my board in the middle of the street. I was skating down the road, and I fell down because I hit a rock, and a car almost hit me and honked at me. And a cop gave me a ticket for obstructing vehicular traffic. Now, the cop wasn't like mean to me or anything. He was nice about it, but I was like, come on, like, what? You're gonna give me a ticket for falling? He's like, yeah, well, whatever. And that was his reasoning. Yeah, well, whatever. The judge threw it out. I had the next time was there was a a fire hydrant that was open, just spewing water into the street. So I kind of ollied up on the sidewalk, went around it, and ollied back. And there was 4 cops that almost tackled me, and I was like, whoa, you guys got me. Like, where's the fire, And they actually wrote that defendant said you got me, and I'm like, that was a joke. so don't joke around and say that they got you, because I didn't do anything wrong. Of course, the judge threw that all out also. But the third time, this is where I kind of understood where these guys were at. I was skating through Union Square in New York City, and a cop was like kind of slowly just walked in front of me. I thought he was just gonna talk to me about something, and he goes, "I'm gonna have to give you a ticket." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, there's no skateboarding here. Can't you see the sign?" And I'm like, "Where? What sign?" And he's like, it's all the way on the other side of the park. And it was actually. I went and checked it out later on that day, but he sat there and talked. I was just talking to him for a while. I'm like, why? Those guys are skating over there. We can see them from where we're standing. And he's like, yeah, the real reason is it's almost the end of the month, and we have to hit our quota numbers. Boom! Gotcha! He told me that they have to reach their quota numbers. So to be able to, I guess it has something to do with maybe, the amount of money they get. If crime goes down, they lose a certain amount of money, and they have to, go out there and find crime and fill the quotas to make sure that, they're getting, all the stuff that the money they get. I don't know. So it's kind of silly. So I mean, sure, there's negative things about cops, but for the most part, it's we need our police officers. So I'm all about defending the police, back the blue. So there we go. All right, so I want to talk about some cool science stuff. This is awesome, and also kind of scary. So this is Science Tech. It says scientists didn't see a car-sized asteroid that made closest flyby on record until after it passed Earth. So this is from yesterday. It's from Toronto. Scientists say that they did not detect a car-sized asteroid that flew within 3,000 kilometers of Earth on the weekend until hours after it passed by. An asteroid reportedly flew over the southern hemisphere just after midnight EDT, I believe that's Eastern time, on Sunday, marked the closest flyby of Earth on record, according to asteroid trackers and a catalog compiled by Sormano Astronomical Observatory in Italy. According to NASA, NASA's database of near-Earth objects, or NEOs, if you will, heyo. Telescope observations suggest that the asteroid, dubbed 2020 QG, has a diameter of roughly 3 to 6 meters, making it somewhere between the size of a car and a pickup truck. Asteroid 2020 QG is also went by the identifier ZTF0DXQ before being formally logged into NASA's database, was not spotted until after the moment of its closest approach. The Palomar Observatory in California first detected the space rock about 6 hours after it flew by Earth. However, experts say that there is no reason to be concerned. Because of its size, the asteroid would most likely not have passed or posed any danger to humans had it hit Earth, as it would have exploded upon entering the atmosphere. NASA says the agency only knows about a fraction of near-Earth objects, as many do not cross any telescope's line of sight and can be blocked by the direction of the sun. Potentially dangerous asteroids have managed to sneak up on scientists in the past. A comparable-sized asteroid known as ZLA F9b2 was spotted only 8 hours before it hit Earth in June 2018. Only small fragments of the space rock made it to the ground in Africa, causing no reported damages or injuries. So the reason I bring this up, I think one of the largest threats to humans nowadays is an asteroid that could hit us and wipe us out. I mean, I don't know if you know what Chicxulub is. This is the theory. I think it's I'm not sure if it's actually proven. I've done a lot of research on it. There's a lot of proof showing that because of this asteroid, Chicxulub, it's what killed the dinosaurs and brought basically death to 95% of life on Earth. And there's if you go down through the layers of the history of rock on the planet, there's a layer that's everywhere. Anywhere you dig, you go down to the specific time layer of, the different layers of the past through the rock. It's uniform throughout the entire planet. So this one asteroid, meteorite. Is it a meteorite after it hits? I'm not sure, but it hit and it exploded, and it was a huge crater that happened. And I mean, if we don't see it and it happens, it hits us, we're screwed. So I mean, I don't want that. I think that's pretty crazy. So the Space Force being a thing, it's pretty important. We really need to start figuring out. I mean, I don't know if everyone's seen the Deep Impact movie or Armageddon, and basically what it is it's exactly this. A huge asteroid's coming, we see it, we're like, oh no, we got to go blow it up so that it becomes smaller, so that when it hits the atmosphere, it won't actually devastate life on Earth. But what if it happened? Scientists say that we could probably see it within a year if it's big enough, and track the trajectory to see if it's going to hit us. Even still, if we see it a year out, like take for example the Oumuamua, that is the interstellar object that came through our solar system, I believe, a year or two ago, and it was a long cigar-shaped. There's new news about it today. that came out. I was going to read it, but we don't really have time. But it basically talks about how, it might be a different material that they were used to. But the important part that I'm bringing up is that was an interstellar object. Okay, we didn't detect it before, and that means things fly through space that aren't in our solar system, because we're pretty good at understanding what's in our solar system. The comets that fly around the sun. We have a bunch of them. The different asteroid belts that we pass through, the different belt systems that are in our solar system. We have a pretty good understanding of it all. So the problem is, what if it is something from interstellar space? What if something's coming at us? Then what are we going to do about it? So, bravo for President Trump for starting the Artemis project, getting us back into space. Elon Musk doing some major moves, bringing us into the future as far as space travel goes. The Space Force, I mean, honestly, everyone's like, oh, the Space Force, like, whatever, and all I can think of is, what if an interstellar object comes and hit us? What are we going to do about it? Now that we have the Space Force, it seems like we actually have something that we're able to at least somewhat prepare for it, that we're thinking about, what could happen, what are we going to do if an asteroid comes that's huge? What if we see an asteroid that's 10 miles long? What are we going to do about it? How are we going to go about moving it out of the trajectory where it hits us, blowing it up so, it splits apart and goes around us, or blowing it into smithereens so the pieces are too small so they'll actually just burn up in our atmosphere? These are the questions that I think about a lot. So I think it's really something that we need to think about more is space, because we are not just this little blue dot. I mean, rather, we are a little blue dot in a big ocean of, something we don't know about. So, and I hope you didn't hear that. It was awfully loud. It was something in my ears from the computer. But that's it. That's it for the day. I want to remind you all, this weekend, if you're in Philadelphia, I'm actually going to be talking at the Walk Away Rescue America rally. And this is Brandon Straka's campaign. He founded this, and I was a default Democrat. I thought I was, in the right side, and I am not a Democrat in any sense. I thought I was. I thought I'm not a Republican either. Now, the walk away, I don't know if it necessarily means you become a Republican, but I tell you what, though, I am not a Democrat. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like their policies. I disagree with a lot of the things that they've done over the past year. And I walked away. I am voting for Trump. I'm proud of it. I talk about it often. I'll continue to talk about it. So I'm going to be joining them. And Karlin Borisenko, actually, she is going to be on my show Saturday night. So she'll be my first official guest here at Adamcast IRL. I'm going to start having guests on my Saturday shows. I'm also going to be doing deep dives. So, and my next deep dive is going to be Karl Marx. It's going to be a really good episode. Probably next Saturday after this one is going to be that episode. So that's going to be really exciting. So yeah, check that out. I'm going to be filming it, so you can check it out online. I'll probably post the video of my speech. I guess I have to write a speech. I'm not really sure what to do about it, but honestly, I think I might wing it. I do well with just winging stuff. I have fun with it. So if you want, check out my new website that has just been set up. You can actually go support me there and check out my other videos. I got all my skate videos. My wonderful wife set this up for me. She did a fantastic job. And it is adamcrigler.net. And you can check it out. I got some modeling photos that I've done. There's a bunch of skate videos that she brought together and put together as a really great collection of all my best skate videos that you can check out, see me skating and stuff. And feel free to subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit that like button. Smash it if you want to. I don't want anyone breaking any phones. But smash that like button for me. I love you guys for it. Hit that bell, notification bell, so hopefully you can get aware when I go live. I'm going to be doing my show weekly, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Do about an hour of just talking news, rapping about the day. And then Saturday is still going to be at 8 p.m. Maybe I should pull it back to 6:30. I'm not really sure. I think the 8 p.m. thing kind of works for the deep dives because it's a little bit different of a setup than what I'm going to be doing during the week. So either way, thank you all for coming. I really appreciate you all. So I'm gonna start reading some super chats. Man, you guys are great. I really appreciate you all bringing some super chats towards me and becoming members. Speaking of which, you can actually become a member and support the channel by clicking the join button. I believe it's there, right below. Maybe, I don't know if I'm accurate with my pointing, but right below, click join. You can become a member and support my new channel as I grow and get better at speaking and reading, because usually Tim did all the reading, so I'm still getting used to all that. So yeah, thanks. Renata, hey bro, my wife is a big fan too. Shout out to Bree. What up, Bree? Keep doing your thing, Adam. I will. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Ta, thanks for becoming a member. David, thanks for the super chat. Trooper, if you're into space, collab with Isaac Arthur and John Mitchell Goodyear, both on YouTube. I love the SFIA channel. No, check it out. Cool. I love science. I love space. So definitely. Evodio says, I never really liked Goodyear. Too many blowouts. Firestone has a better quality tires anyway. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know anything about tires, so I'm clueless. Nick Naylor says, 27 more seconds. No way. Well, all right. Thanks for the early super chat. Andrew and Mr. Tao, thanks for becoming members. NY, thanks for becoming a member. JD, thanks for the super chat. Nick Naylor became a member. Thank you. Ken L says, really like the name Heart of the Matter for your podcast. I created a logo design for you and sent it to you on Instagram. Please take a minute to check it out and tell me what you think. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. Appreciate that. Aviator says, hi, Adam. Read The Visions of the Anointed by Thomas Sowell. Good insight into how we got here in society. I will definitely check that out. Thomas Sowell is incredible. Some Call Me Casey says, dig in the shirt, you match the chair. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Well, there you go. I just becoming one with the environment. Really blending in, if you will. Ligma, Elizabeth, Professor, and CN, thank you for becoming members. Appreciate you all. Tankai says, hey, check out Anton Petrov's channel. A lot of stuff for you to talk about regarding space and where our technology is headed. All right, I'll check it out. Jake says, love the show. Check out the ISS Live app. Traces the ISS and gives you this feed to their cameras. I think you dig it. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you can actually tap into their feed. So the International Space Station is the ISS. So that's cool. Check that out. Yeah, thank you. Dr. Fox says, sup, fool? Congratulations on your show. Talk about Mars. Mars is sweet. All right. I will definitely start talking about Mars because I love all things space. And, yeah, we'll definitely get into it. Santa says, must have been hard to walk away with that giant donkey appendage. Thank you. Snarky says, we plus in parentheses plus husband will be there on Saturday. Super stoked. Awesome. Thank you for and for those who missed it, talking about the Walkaway Rescue America rally that I'm going to be attending. There I am on the official poster. I'm pretty excited about it. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Caucasian Persuasion says 1 like and a $5 from Smashville, Tennessee. Smashville, Tennessee. I like that. Very nice. Christian says, love the truth you spread. Keep up the great work. I rarely support someone online, but you deserve it. Much love from Norway. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Rydar, thanks for becoming a member. Marty says, good job, Adam. I enjoy your viewpoints and your show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Albert, thanks for becoming a member. Toby says, #1 fan. Nice. I love that. You're competing with my mom, though, and I don't know. That's tough competition. Justin, thanks for the super chat. Staticat, thanks for becoming a member. James Coleman says, hey, man, sent the same message to Tim. Can you both please appear on each other's show at least one last time so it stops the simple-minded people from saying simp things? Much love to both of you. Keep it up. Honestly, there's nothing I could do. There's nothing. I feel like this, the whole thing is mute now because, honestly, I want everyone to support my channel. I want everyone to support his channel. So, hopefully everyone can just learn to move on. Graffontiro, what's good? Said, good thing all my tires are Michelin. Yeah. Andrew says, hey, Adam, I'm just another loving fan. Wishing you the best of luck and smashing the like button. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Smash that like button. Wow, I see we got 10K likes. Love you guys. You guys are the best. Dark Party says, loving your show. Awesome. Thank you. TC the Mandalorian says, DNC Democrat Never Trump Clown Show, Predator Edition. Nailed it. Tyler and Inshallah, thanks for becoming members. Appreciate you. Aaron Atha says, Adam, love the show. Keep up the great work. Make sure you look into Streamlabs. You can keep way more of the money donated, and you can make fun/funny animations for different donation amounts. Yeah, I'll check it out. This is just what I'm used to because of what I've been, basically what I've learned from how Tim does things, and he's taught me a lot. So I gotta give a shout out to Tim for that. Zachary, so far this show is much better than your last two. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I definitely am getting more comfortable being in front of the camera myself. It's definitely a different vibe. I love it though. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love hanging out with you guys. It makes it a lot of fun. Zach says, space stuff. All right. Live Free says, how's it going? It's going well. Thank you. Hedge says, thank you. Well, thank you. Seriously. Nathan, thanks for becoming a member. Truth Over Fact says, sup, bro? Glad to see you're doing your own thing. Soy Jesus, thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate you. Vanessa says, sending some well wishes for your solo gig. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Brianna Kubiak says, I'm curious to know if you have any friends that have had the same transformation in politics as you. Love your commentary. Thank you. I do. I have noticed a few of my friends altering the way that they talk about things on Facebook. I don't go on Facebook too much. I tend to just go on there to now I'm just kind of updating my fan page that I had back from when I was modeling and skateboarding for Arbor Skateboards. And I don't know, I'm kind of using it for my YouTube, personality that I've now gained. So yeah, no, it's interesting to see that some of them are kind of, because I've had long conversations with a lot of them, and they're, you could see that they're not taking it at face value anymore. Any memes that they see, they're not just simply posting things. I see them asking questions more on my other friends' posts that I don't agree with politically. It's good. I feel like it's contagious. When you open your eyes, and actually I read a really good something from Carrie Smith. This was the girl that was on Tim's show last night. And she wrote an awesome article about saying how the problem with Antifa and the left side, they have this threshold. There's one person or two, maybe two people that will just throw a rock, right? But then there's more people that have a higher threshold that won't throw a rock unless the person next to them throws a rock. Then they'll throw it. But then you got the other people that have like a even higher threshold, excuse me, that don't want to do anything. But if multiple people are throwing rocks around them, they'll throw rocks. And I found that interesting because then she goes, the same is true on the inverse. If you see someone speaking up, right? Somebody's speaking up and saying, hey, I'm voting for Trump. Or I don't like the Democrats. I don't like what they're doing. That's the first threshold. Then when you see someone around you saying, hey, I don't agree with that. I think this cancel culture stuff is ridiculous. I think, the way people are being canceled just by talking, and then more and more people gain that threshold to start talking and speaking out. That's what we got to do. We got to speak out. We got to not be afraid of being able to speak our minds. So I thought that was really good from Carrie Smith. You could check her out. I don't know her exact Twitter, or else I would give her a shout out. But I did post it if you're on my Twitter feed, which you can follow me at Adam Crigler on Twitter, Poller, also Instagram, and you can check out adamcrigler.net, and that is my new website. There's an email on there that you can actually contact me if you're trying to get a hold of me for whatever reason. If you got story ideas, or if you have business proposals, anything you want to do, you can get a hold of me there at adamcrigler.net. It's got my business, everything you can find. So check it out. John says, whoa, bro. WTF happened to the beard? Oh, my beard. Yeah, it was getting too itchy. I mean, you could see it's already kind of growing back a little bit. It'll come back fast. It grows back. So, Wild Dog, Adam, I have a suggestion suggested this book to Tim, but hope you read it. The Naked Communist, printed in 1957. This book is a keystone for what is going on. Yeah, I've heard of this. I'll check it out. Graf Fontiro again says the Virgin Liberal boycott, Chick-fil-A, Goya et al. Versus the Chad actual boycott, Gillette and Goodyear. Yeah, right, exactly. Well, I mean, the Goya, I guess it was a boycott that they tried to do, but it became, something else. Right. That's what's happened. That's what we're seeing. It's like these companies think that the majority is these leftists that are getting all upset and stuff, and it's not. It's the majority. They don't want to deal with that stuff. They aren't racist. They want to just live life and treat everyone the same, which is how it's been my whole life. And that's how I've seen everybody. It's just like we're all together in this, The Atlas report says, "Soy glad to see you." Ha ha! See what you did there. Nice. Thanks. Dick Tracy says, "Where's the MAGA beanie? Disappointed you don't have it on already." You know what? I'm not going to wear a beanie. I'm not going to wear a beanie on my show. I'm going to let my hair... I was going to say I'm going to let my hair down as I got my hair in a bun right now, but I don't know, this is what I normally do with my hair. I just toss it up. It's out of my way. I don't have to deal with it. Ad, thanks for becoming a member. Brian, thanks for becoming a member. Wild Dog says, Appendix PPA 3435, January 10th, 1963, extension of remarks of HON. What? I don't even know what this is. House of Representatives Congress record. I'll check this out. Obviously, this is something that I need to look into, whatever it is. Truth Over Fact says, look at all the support you're getting. That's love, man. Yes, it is. That's love from all of you. Thank you. Get what's yours, my brother. Get that cheddar. Well, yeah, that's the goal in mind, I guess, right? For everyone. We all want to be able to be successful in this life. So, I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you. Bart, good job on your show. Have a beer on me. I will. Thanks. And Angel Martin says, Tim's from 63rd. Is that from Chicago? Is that he's from the 63rd? I think so, yeah. South Side. Diz G says, I remember being a part of Timcast IRL show where you said you drive a WRX. How about a car review episode? I do have a WRX. Unfortunately, I don't drive it anymore because pack rats moved into the engine in Arizona and ate the wires. But I have plans to turn it into a rally car because that's the reason I actually got the WRX in the first place. I love the WRX. I don't know how many people know what that is. It's a Subaru Impreza. It's basically the souped up turbocharged Impreza, and it's dope. It's a beautiful car. I have the O2, which is the first year that they actually came out with the WRX. And I've always been a really, really big rally racing fan. It's one of the things I wanted to do when I was a kid. I just really wanted to be a rally racer. I could do it still. I would love to do that. So get into rally racing would be really fun. Abel says, are you completely independent from Tim Pool Incorporated? Yes and no. We work. What I'm doing here is completely my own thing, completely separate. I do my own research. I do my own subjects. I'm doing my own YouTube channel. We are still in the same house. We're still, friends and everything. So, we're still working on some other things together. So, Jay just puts a bunch of salt shakers. All right. Well, it's going to happen. Steven says BLM and LGBT alphabet soup attire is political attire. By stating that only advocacy they allow is that of racial justice and equality issues, Goodyear has taken the sides of the intersectional victimhood culture. That's it. You nailed it. Ulysses says, hi. I hope Adam and friends can read my article, A Modern Ulysses. I talk about saving California civil rights. Please give it a read. Yeah, I mean, they're really trying to get rid of civil rights in California. I can't believe it. It's crazy. Kelnan says his name is Adam Hanner, and Marquis Love tried to kill him for being white in Portland. Arrest Love, justice for Hanner. Yeah, that whole story is really a big shame. I guess the Portland police are released that it was Marquis Love that was the guy who, I don't know if he was the one who beat him the whole time, but he is the one who kicked him in the face and knocked him out cold, which it's a terrible video if you haven't seen it. RJ says BLMAGA. BLM MAGA. BL MAGA. I don't know. It's got a good, kind of a good ring. I don't know. Is that a thing? Is it? Black Lives Make America Great Again? No. MacArthur says Goodyear tires rated for 60,000 miles will only last 20K. They suck. All right. That seems to be the general consensus. People are talking about how Goodyear tires suck. Flash Arc and Braden, thanks for becoming members. Appreciate you. Mr. Scratch says, no beard, no peace. Well, it's a little too late for that. I mean, I did already get rid of it. Sorry. I don't know what I could say. One Peasant, thanks for becoming a member. MacArthur says, get out and vote. Angel Martin says, Dems have been throwing the election for 4 years. Yeah, I mean, it really feels like it. I don't know. Aztec Warrior, thanks a lot for that super chat. The message has been redacted, though, but thank you very much. All Metal Mike says, love your show. Can you do a deep dive on Alan Watts? All right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good idea. Yeah, that sounds good. Girl of the Valley, U.S. Patriot Vegans Unite Us. Yes. Patriotic vegans. I like that. I am vegan. I don't know if you know that about me. Eric, thanks for the super chat. L Duke says, best of luck, Adam, on your New Jersey. Hashtag Hispanics for Trump. Hashtag New Mexico Patriots. Awesome. Right on. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The conservative convict says, A-Train. Yeah, rock on. Don Rogers says, my employer is starting anti-racism training, Wells Fargo. They are also posting features on employees doing activism work with BLM. I saw the story on the employee webpage this morning. Help me. Oh, it's infectious. It's getting everywhere. But I do feel like it's coming to a head. Like it's getting to a place where people are fed up with it. So I feel like it's almost like two waves are splashing into each other right now. Like this, it feels like we're in the peak of it right at this moment where people are fed up with it. I mean, look at the Goodyear thing, for example. You know, it's like people are clearly, they're just over it. You know, they're over this whole, you know, social justice thing when it's like they're trying to convince everybody the world's racist when they're the most racist of them all. Cody says, I work for the IRS, and we have seen an influx of returned stimulus checks because they were sent to Amish folks and people who are deceased. These are mistakes that you can look forward to with mail-in voting. Thank you. And they're already doing that. People are already getting mail-in ballots for pets, cats, dead people. It's nuts. Young Moolah, thanks for coming a member. Appreciate you. Gentleman Warfighter says, I got a longboard because of you. A rain through drop through. Well, you said through mount, but it's called a drop through, I believe. You darn not hippie, unsoy vegan by privilege, skitching but winning. Keep on being cool, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Rain is actually a really quality board company, so you chose wisely. Trunk Monkey, thanks for the super chat. Kristen says, congratulations on your new show. Your personal red pill story resonates with a lot of people, including me. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely been a long road. Superman, if he wasn't scared of green rocks, says, great show so far, Adam. Keep it up, bud. I was wondering if we could get into the topic of conversation of what laws and philosophies we should adopt once we start making colonies in space. Good subject. There is a show called Mars. I think it's on Netflix. I don't know what streaming site it's on, but it is awesome. It's half documentary, half science fiction, and they basically use actual science to basically go from when they land on Mars, and they skip ahead a lot. So they kind of go, oh, we landed. Now we're colonizing it. Now we're dealing with a private company coming in and colonizing another area, and now we're having this battle of like scientists exploring, trying to maintain, you know, investigating for life, and then the private companies that just want to mine. It's a really interesting dynamic. Maybe I'll kind of reference that show and really bring it in. I'll have to rewatch it, but it's a very cool show. If you haven't watched it, you should check it out. I think it's on Netflix. Let's see here. Scott says, doing great. Cops rock and being treated so poorly. Bad seeds exist everywhere. They are not the norm. Exactly. Thank you. That's exactly right. Bad seeds are always going to exist. There's always going to be people that are just a-holes that we can't. There's nothing we can do about it. Robert H says, did you cut your hair? Should we be worried? No. There it is. It's really long and gets annoying sometimes. So I kind of just. Wow, I'm getting slammed here. I think I'm gonna get a jump. Yep, there we go. There's the jump. I'm gonna keep reading because I don't want to cut anybody off here. Let's see. The man behind the screen says, Adam streaming in the middle of the week. This is a lovely surprise. Also, I was very nearly goth-ish police officer, so there you go. Ah, you do exist. Ha ha ha. Very nice. So for those who are wondering, I'm going to be streaming every day, Monday through Friday at 6:30. I'm going to be talking about the day, talking about the things that have gone on, everything that I research. Instead of taking it to his show, which I was doing, now I'm just going to be talking about it myself. I'm just going to be giving you guys my opinions on things, the things that have happened for the past day. And then Saturday, I'll do a live show, hopefully with guests every Saturday. That would be awesome. This weekend, I have Karlin Borisenko joining me. And we're actually going to be talking together at the Rescue America rally in Philadelphia. So you can check us out there. Karlin is then going to come and join me on my show, and she's going to be my first official guest on Adamcast IRL. I'm very excited about it. So tune in on Saturday to check that out. I'm going to be recording my speech also, and I'll be posting that so everyone can check that out. Scros, thank you for the super chat. Free Your Mind says, you inspired me to make a channel of my own to fight back and actually report news. It's very hard to get off the ground, but I'm working my butt off. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you, Free Your Mind. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. That means a lot to me. And thank you for doing that, because that's what we need. We need more people speaking out. So thank you. Marlon Sebo says, you got me. In quotes. Adam is a former convict. Confirmed. Well, actually, the judge threw out all three of those skateboarding incidents. So technically, no. Tina says, motor voter, drive up, show your ID, get your ballot, fill it out, put it in the machine. If you don't have a car, have a walk-up voting options or Uber. Boom. If we can protest in person, if we can go to the grocery stores, we're fine. You know what? Walmart's everywhere. Why don't we just vote at Walmart? Huh? Churches. Isn't that how it used to be? The DMV, churches, Walmart, all these places that are open all the time anyway. Why don't we just use them for voting? So silly. BB, thanks for the super chat. Harbor, thanks for the super chat. Kat, thanks for the super chat. Starscream says, Google Chan Thomas, the Adam and Eve story. Take note of the first website that pulls it off on the list. Read the book. Well, I'll check it out. Lambda Core says, hey, Adam, did you ever get around to play the Division 2, Warlords of New York? Hope you're doing well. I did play that, actually, when it came out, because I really loved the New York setting of Division 1. Division 2 kind of just, I don't know, there's something about it didn't capture me as much. It felt like one big, huge map that was the same, where I was living in New York at the time when the first one came out. So when Warlords of New York came out, I was like, oh, this is cool. I can get behind this. So I definitely played it and beat it. It was fun. Shun says, space agencies seem to be concerned with how quiet the sun is lately. Would you consider doing some research about it and see how that affects Earth's climate? Yeah, it is in a time of solar. The solar flares are at an all-time low right now, so it's like a low period for sun activity. I would love to get into it and read it for you. So I'm always going to try to touch up to some sort of science / space something in my show. It's something that I love to do. So I'm always going to be bringing you some sort of cool science news of some sort, especially space, because I'm very into it. Dark Party says, maybe dual stream on Switch. I have a Prime account that goes to waste with free subscribe feature I forget to use all the time. The problem with me streaming games is this show, I research all day long now. I don't play video games anymore. So my time tends to be about playing doing research, and then, of course, doing my show. And then, of course, cooking and eating food and going shopping for food if I need to, and hanging out with my wife and playing music. So gaming really has been pushed way to the far sideline. So unless I do this show only one time a week, which is like the Saturday live show, but I really like being in front of you guys. I really like, giving you my opinion on things that have happened over the day. So I think this is good for me. Alex says, happy to see you on your own channel. I would love to see you do a deep dive conspiracy show. Adam is greater than the South Side of Chicago guy. Thank you very much. Thank you. We don't have to elaborate, but thank you. Augusta says, Adam, how would you like to interview a 29-year-old science teacher who believes in UFO phenomena? Shoot me, tell if this is something you would be interested in. Hit me up. This is my new website, adamcrigler.net. You could check it out. And on there, there's a contact. You can contact me. It has all of my social media there and also an email. So you can email me your ideas. If you want to get in contact with me, you can hit me up on the email. It's adamcastirl@gmail.com. If you don't feel like going all the way through the website to find it, and you can find it there. Miriam, thanks for the super chat. Ryan, I just got here. Y'all talking flares? Oh, yeah. Nice. Actually, I haven't talked about any sun flares, but that's kind of what we were just referencing about the solar being it's called a solar minimum, I believe. But I definitely want to get into it. Deaf Blind Guide says, Adam, have Frank from Quit Frankly podcast as the guest. Vice versa, he just went live too. Hop over when finished. Cool, I'll check it out. What you doing? Thanks for becoming a member. I really appreciate all these new members. You guys really do help me out, grow my channel. And if you want, you can become a member below by hitting the join, like and subscribe, hit that bell button so you'll be notified when I go live. Seriously, smash that like button. Smash it for me. Smash. Wow, that is a lot of likes. That's a lot of likes. You guys are the best. I have the best fans. You guys, I really appreciate you guys coming in for me. You guys are the best. Let's see. Aaron says, oh, nope, free your mind. No, did I already do that? I got off the ground? Yes, I did. Sorry, I'm finding where I was. Shun says, so I just received an email from Google that they are going to yeet Google Play Music in favor of YouTube Music and them deleting purchases, and all that huge yikes is why I don't rely on Google services. Interesting. I haven't heard of that. That sounds terrible, though. My goodness. Free your mind. Again, it seems like this is the double what you said earlier, but I'll give you another shout out because, you inspired me to make a channel of my own to fight back and actually report news. So thank you so much. Free Your Mind is the YouTube channel. It sounds like a new news source. Maybe check them out. Aaron says, hey, Adam, I can't join as a member for you. It isn't an option when I go to your account, and both today and yesterday never got your live alert. That actually happened with Timcast IRL when we first started also, because I would have my computer, and I would have the actual, YouTube feed live, and I would be seeing it, and that's how I would see you guys talking. And that happened to me a lot. It was very difficult for me to find the YouTube, or the channel page, the actual live reporting. So I think maybe it's just because it's a new channel and YouTube isn't, I don't know, the algorithms haven't found me yet, but I don't think there's anything nefarious going on. YouTube has been pretty great for me so far. They, everything any questions I had, they've answered. Someone on my first show was like, hey, are you shadow banned? And they tagged the YouTube people. And then I tagged them also, just, asking like, hey, is there anything wrong? And they're like, everything's good on my angle. So YouTube has confirmed everything seems all right on their side. So I'm going to err on trusting them. So Ramen says, hey, Adam, first time watching the new show. I love it. I will be at the event in Philly. Maybe I'll see you there. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Matt Field says, that's awesome. You're going to speak at the Walkaway Conference. Great work, buddy. Thank you. Gentlemen, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Revisero, Riveresco. There we go. Riveresco. Haha. I got it. Getting red pill doesn't necessarily mean you become a conservative. It just means your eyes have been opened to the truth and see the world as it really is. That's true. I've actually explained this multiple times to people, that they're like, oh, now that you're red pilled and you're just a Republican now. And it's like, am I a Republican? No. Am I a Democrat? No. Am I American? Yeah, definitely. That's what I am. RG Merkel says, a local conservative radio host in St. Louis was talking about you today in a good way. should try and do an interview on the show. Awesome. Well, I wish you would have included who it was, but thank you, local radio host in St. Louis. My grandfather actually helped build the St. Louis Arch, which is kind of cool. Random little tidbit of information. Leonardo says, keep talking and make my money. All right, I'll take your money. I'll take your money. Thank you. Kyle and the Bug Out Bag and Josh, thanks for becoming members. Christopher says, hey, Adam, fan of yours. We have a ton in common. Just found out about Silverfish went down. Last I did downhill was probably 6 or 7 years ago. I had a few clutch boards. Okay, never realized I watched your vids. Oh, cool. Keep making content. Thanks so much. That's cool. Yeah, clutch boards. I didn't know Silverfish went down. That was an old longboarding community site. So that's a shame that they went down. Yeah, the longboarding scene definitely has changed a lot in the past like 5 years. It's significantly different now. But it's a cool scene. If you any scene is cool if you got a good group, And I had a really good time in New York when I was in the longboarding scene there. And you can actually go to my website here, adamcrigler.net. You can go there and actually check out a lot of my skate videos that Christopher was referencing here. Claudia, thanks for becoming a member. Ferrari says, you are the pinnacle of freedom, and we appreciate your desire to go inform and shine all on your own. We support you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Karen, thanks for becoming a member. We Smoke Bitcoin says, good luck on your solo endeavor. You'll get there, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. Pat says, thoughts on privatizing the Postal Service? Aren't they their own aren't they a private company already? I mean, I know it's a subsidiary of the government, or I thought they're a private entity though that works on their own. Honestly, I don't know too much about the business side of the USPS, so it's hard to comment on that. Eric Bailey says, Adamcast from space. Can't wait till we get past the social BS and move on to better things as being humans, or as human beings. Take care and good luck. Thank you. Christopher Holding, becoming a member. Thank you. Raymond, thanks for the super chat. Hurricane says, deep dive on Soros. That's a sketchy. I don't know, man. Like, it just feels like there's too much controversy over that. I don't want to touch that. Zavus says, hey, Adam, what video games do you play? I don't really play video games, and if I do play video games, it's with my two good buddies, Josh and Will. They're my gaming homies, and currently I play Destiny 2 with them sometimes. Remnant from the Ashes is a really, really good game that we play. It's coming out. They're coming out with a new expansion tomorrow that is we're all very excited, me and my buddies. So I'll probably get into that a little bit when I do have some free time at night. So yeah. And I love the Dark Souls series. Can't shout out games without saying them. Dead Meme says, hey, Adam, I've been following you for a minute. I want to know how you feel about psychedelic drugs and possible benefits of them. Keep up what you're doing. I mean, they're doing a lot of research on PTSD and how psychopsilocybins have helped a lot of people that have issues with that. So I think it's something that we have to look into. I know that they're decriminalizing it in many different states and doing the research on a medicinal side. And I think, we got to look into what's out there and what's available to us. So I think there's definitely good benefits of it. So, yeah, there you go. Lopan says, you mentioned you like space. How about intergalactic space lizards? I don't know much about them. I wish are they a thing? I didn't even know. All right, so I'm going to have to skip forward a little bit. I only got 2 more minutes before I got to go. So I'm going to say, let's see. The Hot Thought says, want to have me on for a deep dive on space physics, mind-blowing facts. I am an MD-based space physicist turned engineer. That sounds dope. Listen, hit me up, adamcrigler.net. You can find my email and send me just any ideas, send me your information, and that sounds really cool. I would really love to talk space physics and mind-blowing facts. That sounds great. So hit me up, and if you don't want to go through that, you could just go to adamcastirl@gmail.com, and hit me up. Drew and Ben, thanks for becoming members. Paul says, hey, Adam, you're doing great. I just know there's a big chance for you. I think you'll do fine. Your deep dives are very interesting and wonderful material. You are at your best with some research. That's absolutely true. I love knowing what I'm talking about when I speak. You couldn't be more accurate there. David Mesmer says, "Hey Adam, I also asked Tim this, but would you consider joining Timcast IRL Fridays, if only for the Friday jam session? I think that was something we all looked forward to. Much love and respect, dude. Keep it up." I don't think so. I think they're going to do their own thing, and I'm going to do my own thing, but I will absolutely be playing music every Saturday night, guaranteed, no questions. Like, I would normally play... I want to play, but my goodness, you guys are hooking me up with so many super chats. I really would love to get through as many as I can. Chadsky, Austin, and Grant, thanks for becoming members. Diffuse says, "Hey Adam, I was wondering if you could do a deep dive on Yuri Bezmenov. He was a major part of the Soviet disinformation operation, which has played a huge role in politics, especially in 2020. It is on my list. Next deep dive is going to be Karl Marx. The next deep dive after that, Yuri Bezmenov. So it is coming. Don't worry. I am absolutely going to rock out Yuri Bezmenov deep dive in the coming future. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I just got another jump. Kelly, thanks for becoming a member. Too much. Thanks for becoming a member. Deception. Hi Adam. I enjoy your show every day. I was wondering if you could do a deep dive on Yuri Did I just read that? On Yuri Bezmenov? Well, yeah, I guess. No, this is someone different. He was a part of the long-term ideologic subdiversion of America during the Cold War. Funny you should ask. I am absolutely going to do a deep dive on Yuri Bezmenov. So that's coming soon, guys. Probably not, a little bit out from now, because I'm going to be doing, I have a guest, Karlin Borisenko. She's going to be joining me on Saturday night. We're going to be talking about different things, probably our red pill moments, and, the whole walk away campaign that, our side, my story, her story. And it's going to be good. Here, this is, and just to let you know, this Saturday in Philadelphia, I'm going to be joining her, and we're going to be joining Brandon Straka at the Walkaway Rescue America rally. Really excited about that. So with that, I'm gonna bid you farewell. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate you all. I will see you tomorrow at 6:30. That is the time I'm going to be doing my daily shows, Eastern time. So just be aware. I go live at 6:30, and I really appreciate you all. So have a wonderful night, and farewell.